My name is Alicia Norman, and I wanted to start today by talking about why I decided to incorporate AI into my 3D animation workflow in Python. I also wanted to dig a little bit into what I mean when I say ethical AI use. Feel free throughout the duration of this course to reach out to me if you have any questions or even comments or ideas, because the way I see it, if you're not learning, you're not growing, and that's the point of everything, isn't it? So yeah, feel free to reach out, and hey, check this out. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start my mini session here with iClone 8, because I wanted to kind of, as we go over things and I talk about what this course is going to be about in my process, I wanted to show you what I believe is the simplest way to animate and use AI without causing any problems. And what you want to do is create a base animation. Now, I like this process because you're gonna most likely get a result that's consistent. And I'll give you an example. You see this little, like this, I guess it's an image on her shirt, or the earrings, or any different props that are in the room, where you're gonna see that these things maintain their consistency throughout each video to video animation. Now, whatever platform you use for video to video or for your AI, it's fine. I use GoEnhance because I like the end results. But whatever you use, be it Runway, that's your thing, right? I'm not gonna judge anybody by their products. I know some people swear by their. I've had people actually, when it comes to fisticuffs, when I say, hey, I don't like a particular platform, it's just like, dude, you use whatever you think works for you, right? Because this is just about technique and it's not about brand loyalty. In any case, in iClone 8, I'm gonna make her do a small dance because that'll be easier and faster to animate than anything else. And then we're going to take the video and I'm gonna put it to GoEnhance, and I'll show you exactly how I use that process. In the end result's going to be something that's yours, your creativity, your idea, what you came up with, and it's just going to be applying, something in post. And for me, as I stated prior, I wanted to use AI because I really felt like CGI alone was lacking something for me, and it was the fluidity of motion. Was it, it just didn't have a warmth that I was looking for. So I added AI in post-production because it gave me that feeling of that sort of warm romantic feeling I was looking for. And let's see, what I wanted to do here. Let's do this. Oops. Make sure she's selected. There she is. All right, and oops. Okay, this is just an experiment, so I'm not going to try to perfect it the way I normally do with my lighting and all that kind of stuff. So, there she is. Get down, Costi. All right. So, let's get to a few poses here. Now, if for my money, the best, like I use DAZ too, But I'm going to be honest and say that for me, I prefer animating in iClone if I'm going to do the animation to video AI pipeline, only because it's just easier. iClone Revolution creates some of the best tools for animating quickly. And as I look at myself more as a writer than an animator per se, I like the ease of use of iClone. Let's give me an expression. If it's just bugging me that she doesn't have expressions. Let's give her an expression. Let's make her sort of. Let's apply heavy eye. There we go. So let's look at that one more time. Right. Now sometimes I like the camera to follow the movement. You can do this a number of ways. I like to do it manually because I like to control outcomes. Alright. And there we go. So let's call this Akasti Dances. And then let's export to sell as video. And I'm gonna do it as just small. It's faster, and again, this is just show you process and technique. And it's really, really super fast. It's way faster than Daz. Again, I love Daz for different reasons, but I would say for speed and the ability to really, control outcomes, iClone beats Daz in that. So now I'm gonna open that. Save that. Let's close. Alright, so here's the video. Hey, check it out. So if we go to GoEnhance, which is my go-to AI platform. I think I have some coins on there. And speaking of coins, this goes into another pro versus con aspect of creating or doing post-production with AI. Is that it costs a lot. It can be very, very expensive. I won't even go into how much it costs for me to create Musik Luv Magick. Suffice it to say that it was not inexpensive. Alrighty, so let's go here. Let's log in. The app can be very wonky. So if I go video. Now what's really good about GoEnhance is there's a ton of different styles that you can apply, and these are general styles. I did mention previously, and I'm going to mention again, that when you are trying to use AI ethically, you don't want to use copyrighted styles. But then there are generalized styles that you can use, like cute anime, flat anime style. Let's see, what I generally use, because I like it because the outcomes are almost always predictable, is base anime style, which again is not anyone's particular style. Then you go here, Helena Costi dances. I got a good number of coinage here. So I can, so there she is, our base animation here. That's 11 seconds. So what you'd want to do after you pick your base animation style, you want to go 11 seconds, right? And then generate, which is pretty expensive, but I mean, as far as coin expenditure. It's generating. And when you're, they have here they have fast mode, and you can take it off of fast mode and then do it a lot slower. Doing it, where you pay for it, of course, way faster. I've used sort of this relaxed mode. It's not bad, but there have been times when it's taken almost 12 hours. But at the same time, to be honest, it's because I have a lot of queue. If you look at this, I generate a lot, video. So if I'm generating, and I think, I'm on the crow, so I can get 10 consecutive video processes at once. So of course, if I'm doing 10 at relaxed mode, it's gonna take a while, right? But if you pay for it, you can generate quickly. So this is, it's not take a hot second, but not as much as relaxed. And then I'll show you, you'll see the end result. And this will give you a great idea of how, this was the use of AI with a base concept created from scratch, right? So you're not in danger of using someone else's art. You're just applying a style. And I always like to compare it to when a photographer takes a picture and pulls it into Photoshop and uses an action or filter. No one would say that person was stealing work, because the base work was, his. And it's not like he has to go, set up the world around him to take a picture. He just points his camera, takes a picture, and decides on whatever filter he wants or any post-processing. Well, to me, AI used like this is like a filter or post-processor. And to me, it's a lot of fun, because you can play with some of those animation styles, and see what you want, right? So while we're waiting, you see here.
See, that's why etiquette is my favorite trade. I need you to come around. See, that's why etiquette is my favorite trade. I need you to come around.
Instead of fun and relaxed. Okay, these were all fast. Usually a lot faster than this, guys, but like I said, I want to do this in real time so you kind of get a feel for the process. So if you want to grab a Twinkie and a Coke, have at it. And like I said, I'm going to be babbling on here. But yeah, interestingly, my husband was the one who talked me into using AI. He's that IT professional. Anything tech he's into, and I'm always slow to try or even engage in any new tech. Funny to say being a CGI animator, but it took me a while to even get into that, right? I used to draw by hand. I still do. I still sketch, but once I tried, 3D animation, it was not looking back. And now that I've tried the mix of 3D animation with AI, I just, being able to realize ideas this way is fun. And I just think that there's a stigma attached to AI. It's not unwarranted, but I do believe, as with any tool, it can be, grossly misused, mishandled. And with that in mind, almost everything that man has ever invented that was useful was abused. And I always like to liken this new technology with the comparison between when the talkies replaced the silent film and the backlash from that, and how people are like, talkies will never replace the pageantry and the beauty, And then again, when black and white film will go, we'll never be able to replace the pageant, But the thing is, talkies added a layer to filmmaking. Did it take away from silent film? I don't think so. There were different mediums. There were different ways of presenting an idea. Same thing with color. Color was introduced and it enhanced. But that doesn't stop people from using or even making films in black and white. And that doesn't stop anyone from, if they decided to, from creating a completely silent film. And that's just my 2 cents on the whole idea. Wow, why is this taking so long? It doesn't, I will tell you guys, for 11 seconds of animation, it normally doesn't take quite this long. So let me pause that. So I don't know why it is taking that long. Maybe GoEnhance is experiencing high traffic. But in any case, maybe I'll pause it, and when it's done, I will show you the end result. Okay guys, so this is done, and to give you comparatives, this is the original, and that is the final product. Now, what I often do as well is I will pull both of the original and the new into Premiere and do some what I call mixing to get a cell shaded effect, and I'll show you how I do that. But right now I'm gonna upscale this, but to save coinage, I am going to do this in relaxed mode. You won't have to wait for that. I just wanted to show you how I go from animation to AI stylized application. And that's one way that you can take your own creative work base and use it, and it's your story, it's your idea, it's your creativity. We will talk about AI stitching. I think I want to go into some of a little bit more about some of the legal stuff, and then we will talk about some of the technique I used to create Musik Luv Magick and how I was able to do that, and it's my work. All right, thanks for taking time today, and look forward to showing you more in the next lessons.